a domestic violence educator, and I need you to understand one thing about human trafficking, and let's use Euphoria as our template for highlighting this major issue. It is a very common misconception that trafficking looks like being abducted out of a Walmart parking lot. That is not true. The vast majority of trafficking happens by somebody that you know well, an intimate partner, a family member. Traffickers target needs, not people. And what I mean by that is Rue had a very specific set of needs when she entered Lori's house. This is a survival economy. Well, Haley, a drug is not a need. When you are living in active addiction, it is. I have a lot of complaints about the way that Sam Levinson portrayed domestic violence and human trafficking in Euphoria season 3. One of those complaints is not that it isn't accurate. A lot of people asking like, well, where's Angel? How that's a loophole. We don't know the end of her story. There are so many people who are victims of trafficking that we will not ever know the end of their story. Specifically, Black, Indigenous, and Latina women. Transgender and queer folks also face increased risks in the realm of human trafficking. Rue's storyline impacts me quite a bit. I am a person who lives in recovery. My best friend also died of an overdose in his bed in sober living in a remarkably similar fashion to Rue. My best friend also engaged in S work as a means to survive. All S work is considered human trafficking. Decriminalization of these structures, what I mean by that is that if you come forward, if Angel were to go forward and say, I'm being trafficked right now, she would face criminal charges. When we decriminalize it, people like Angel are much more likely to come forward. I made a video before outlining all of the ways that coercive control was showing up in Euphoria season 3 for Rue's story. So I think that highlighting all of this education that this is offering us the discourse for is extremely important. Stigma that surrounds S work is a reason why people do not make it out of these systems. And there are also not very many resources, which is also why this season quickly devolved into Christian propaganda. When you look at these systems, there's not a solution. It is not a one-size-fits-all. The thing that we do know is solution-focused, is decriminalization. That is also the opposite of anything Christian propaganda is going to tell you. Super passionate about getting this education in front of people, so let me know what you're thinking in the comments. Share this with somebody who needs to know.